everyone, today's workout is all about core. The way that the workout runs is you are working 10 different movements, 1 minute on, 10 seconds off. Before we get into the movements, I'm going to explain the formula. You have 1 minute on, 10 seconds off. You are going to run through that 1 minute of one movement. If you don't fail within that minute, you have 10 seconds off. The next minute, you're going to run that entire movement again. You don't move to the next movement until you fail during that minute of work. If you fail, carry on the rest of that round, rest for 10 seconds, and then move on to your next movement. And showing the movements is Jacob. The first movement will be dragonflies. So with a dragonfly, you want to raise your legs up off the floor, push your hips up and through, and then slowly lower that back down. You want to work on the eccentric movement, so the lowering down. You want to make sure that you're not dropping before you get to the floor. An alternative for that one is to just bring up the knees, working the core, and then coming back down. Working nice and slowly to your own pace. The next movement, we have starfish crunches. So arms nice and wide out onto the floor and feet up off the floor for the harder version. And you're just touching the opposite foot with the opposite arm, pushing up off your elbow from the floor. A regression of that movement is feet on the floor, but coming up for that crunch. Our third movement is thread the needle. So you're starting off in a plank position with your feet nice and wide, and you're threading the opposite arm through, and then you're coming up and opening it. 2 reps per side, moving to the next side. The next movement, we have piston jacks. So that's starting plank position on your elbows, feet together, and you're just popping them in and twisting to the side. After that, we have bicycle kicks. So you want to make sure that you're touching the opposite knee with the opposite elbow. And I really want to stress that you are making sure to touch when you're coming up and crunching. The regression of that is keeping your back flat on the floor and twisting. The next move, we have heel touches. So feet at a 45-degree angle and just crunching up and touching your heels with your hands. And after that, we have twists. So feet up off the floor, nice and strong core, and twisting from side to side, making sure to touch the floor when you twist. A regression of that movement is feet firmly on the floor and twisting. The next movement, V-sits. So laying flat on the floor, coming up and touching your feet. Be sure not to touch the floor on your way back down and keeping that movement nice and controlled. A regression of the V-sit is to keep your back flat on the floor, bringing your arms and legs up together. If you want to regress that movement again, you can bend the knees and come up to crunch that. Our next movement, we have wipers. So starting with the feet up, cycling all the way through, back to that top foot position, and then going the opposite way. Going as close to the ground as you can on your way through, and arms nice and wide, flat on the ground to support you through the movement. Our regression of the wiper is to just do smaller circles up in the air. You want to keep your feet nice and high when you're doing them. The last movement of our workout today, we have in and out. So you want to balance just before your tailbone, and you're bringing your feet into your core and then stretching out again. You want to keep your back up off the floor, arms out for counterbalance, coming in and out.